The name of the corner that the Cowboys traded Kelvin Joesph for?
Noah Igbinoghene.
Igby spoke yesterday to the Dallas media for the first time, talking about the fresh start to his career.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I honestly needed it. I'll just say like my career hasn't really gone up to my expectations, and I'm still young, and so I'm still 23 years old. I came in, I was 20 years old, and so there's a lot of stuff I went through, and but now it made me the man I am today, and I get a new fresh start, new opportunity, new fresh faces, get to gain my respect again on a new team, and show them what I can do.
Great job, Ryan, on the fan cam, getting the video up of Igby at the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco. What's the playing opportunity going to look like here?
Yeah, that really developed the character, like I was saying, that I needed. And now the vision and the dream and the goals I have for my life, for my career, I feel like it can really take place here with the Dallas Cowboys. And again, whatever they want me to do, I'm ready to serve this team. I just want to be a servant. So whatever they want me to do, I'm going to do it.
He's a great character guy. The problem's just been he hasn't played well. And I mean, this is year 4 for him, and he's somebody who, you know, we've talked about. People said that he was having the best training camp of his career. He was a little better last year than he had been the first couple years, but he's missed a lot of games, and it hasn't always been because of injury. It's been the Dolphins going, we're going to have our first round corner inactive. Like he hasn't been ready. He hasn't been prepared. Fresh start is great. He's still a high upside player. Like you said, he's still young. The fact that this is year 4 and he's 23 years old right now, that's great. He's somebody who's still got a lot of football ahead of him. His future hasn't totally been written yet. Mike McCarthy talked about it after they acquired him. He's probably going to spend most of his time outside. They don't really have him in the slot. Like Kelvin Joesph, they would have do some stuff inside, outside, bounce around. Noah Igbinoghene's likely going to play just outside, which then makes you wonder, given the roster composition. Okay, so if Deron Bland gets hurt in week 1 and Jordan Lewis is not ready to go, if he's not fully ready to come back, I don't know who they're playing in the slot. Because the rest of their corners on the roster, it's Eric Scott, Noah Igbinoghene, who they've already told us is an outside guy, Gilmore, and Diggs, who they all play outside.
Giafalo said the only reason we didn't win G-Bag was because of Wolchuk not paying attention with Chris Young.
Oh, yeah.
That's got to win.
Wait, was that this week? That feels like it was like a week and a half ago.
He's the returning champ.
So he's the returning champ for like 10 days in a row now.
No, he's won like 4. And so, but
that's good.
Eric was, Eric told me last night, he was like, man, I love that. He's like, that was so fun to listen to. He's like, y'all need to.
Wolchuk?
No, us going back and forth. He's like, y'all
I sent him the clip, by the way. I'll take credit.
Well, thanks. He's like, we need to, he's like, I need y'all to mix it up more like that. And they love the fighting on G-Bag.
Yeah, we need to match them a little bit. For years, everyone on this radio station too scared. They just wanted to bitch at each other behind the scenes. No one would talk on the mics against each other. It was just me and Choppy leading the way and arguing. And then G-Bag took over. So I feel like we need to match them a little bit.
Tolo Matt did make sure to tell me last night that I crushed both of you in that argument. So
okay. Tolo Matt does not think that Jimmy Garoppolo is the 33rd worst best quarterback,
or better than Baker Mayfield's better.
He said to pass it on. I can't help that I'm a man of the people.
How many drinks did you buy him?
I didn't buy any drinks. I didn't have any drinks last night.
Meanwhile, RJ Choppy with another patented research project to make you think a little different. They traded Kelvin, a bust, as a second-round pick. And you're saying the Cowboys should continue this Jerry Jones gambling strategy?
The riverboat gambling strategy in the second round. I went and looked. I was like, so, because my first thought was, yes, you know what? They do need to change their strategy. But then I was like, wait a second, let me go back and look, because I want to see how many other teams hit on their second round picks as well. And if it's around the same, then just the strategy's fine. So relative to league average. And my suspicion was that, you know, they probably hit at the same rate as everybody else. So over the last 15 years, if you go strictly by, you can go a couple ways. I mean, you can manipulate this any way you want too, right? So like if they offer you a second round contract and the player turns it down like Randy Gregory, do you consider that a hit or not?
Right.
Right. They wanted Randy Gregory. And they, you know, so
Jalen Smith got a second contract.
Jalen Smith, so that's a hit, right? I put that in the hit column.
Okay.
If you count that, then they are at 50% hit rate over the last 15 years on second round selections, which is above league average. League average after 5 years. So first year, 97% of your second-round picks are on your roster, then 96, then 84 year 3, 74 year 4, and then 42% year 5. So 42% are on your squad for the fifth year, which means they either A, got a second contract, or B, were tagged. Okay, so 42%. By the way, first year, first-round pick, 71%. All right, on the fifth year.
For the Cowboys?
No, league
In
average.
general.
League average. So I wanted to see that. And now, also, if you go look at guys that were sent elsewhere and still in the league, so Cheeto, which the Cowboys would say was a miss, but he's right. Would they?
I don't know that they'd say he was a miss. He was hurt, but I think they felt like they got quality snaps out of him.
And then Connor Williams, who's turned into a decent player, switched positions in Miami, right? He's a center now.
He was a center. They might consider Connor Williams more of a miss. They had to bench him a couple times.
So if those guys are hits, then they're at 67%, which is way above league average. With if you add those two guys in, by the way, and at 67%, the Cowboys' hit rate of second-round picks playing in their fifth year is only 5% lower than the league average of first-round picks playing in their fifth year with the team, or in the league, I should say. So, I look at it, and their second-round picks, and I went back 15 years, Marty B, they didn't have one in 2009, Sean Lee in 2010, Bruce Carter was a miss. They didn't have one in 2012. They've given away a lot of second-round picks, too. Gavin Escobar, that's a miss. Tank Lawrence, a hit. Randy Gregory, I put that in the hit column because they offered him a deal. Jalen Smith, they gave him a second contract. I put that in the hit. Cheeto, same thing. Connor Williams. Tristan Hill was a miss. Diggs is a hit. Kelvin Joseph's a miss. And then Sam Williams, I didn't know how to do this one, so I kind of left out 2022.
Played well so far.
And then now you get Schoonmaker. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I think it's one of those things where we're looking at the bad and just forgetting. They have hit. Now, they haven't hit on like Hall of Famers necessarily. Maybe Diggs, Sean Lee potentially could have.